What job or activity do you normally associate with jerks? Those family YouTube channels that have like 50 different channels for each family member, including the dogs, and then the one for the full family. They only shout when they talk and do a bunch of shitty challenges. I feel in real life they are total assholes to everyone in their neighborhood. I work for a union in the film industry and we're trying to organize these shows, so they are just like regular movies, TV shows, and the parents can't exploit the child. In the same way a TV show is regulated in how it treats child performers, hours of work, overtime, school, tutoring, rate of pay. And most importantly that they get residuals like royalties in the future as the show is watched over time and a bunch of their money gets saved for them in trust until they are adults. The research we've been doing is wild. These kids are treated so badly. They work all the time, miss school, don't make any money off their own performances, likeness. Totally exploited. Editing to add. Whoa, spent a day away from my phone and I'm blown away by the response, interest. I'd love to answer all these questions about our work, but of course because we're actively organizing this sector, a lot of the work we do is confidential until we can force unionization. This is made especially difficult because the workers we are really worried about are kids, and you can't exactly call a town hall of 5-year-olds to show up to protest their parents. So a lot of what we're doing is legal, legislative. Anyway, I'll try and find a way to share more of this info with folks that are interested soon. The stories I have are atrocious. The way many children are treated absolutely amounts to child abuse. Oh, for sure. I have a firm rule that my kid isn't allowed to watch any of those family or kid channels. Ryan's toy reviews and the like. They feel really skeevy to me. And they absolutely exploit their children for views. We've banned quite a few of them in our household over the last few years. We noticed our son, who is now 9, becoming an asshole and trying to talk to us like some of the kids talk to their parents in these videos. That and expecting us to buy every single game, toy, desire he wanted because they got them. Luckily we keep tabs on what they watch, and it was pretty easy to see where the influence came from. We also had a really good talk with both of our kids about the reality behind the scenes on those videos and how those families are making money doing what they're doing, which stopped a lot of the demand issues. Mean Girls came out when I was about 8, so still pretty impressionable. I straight said to my grandma, "Boo, you whore," after she said no to giving me ice cream. My mom was absolutely horrified and my grandma thought it was the funniest damn thing in the world. Grandparenthood is about being able to laugh at shit like that because it's their parents' problem to fix. Grandparents get to just appreciate the absurdity of the moment. This is why I absolutely love being an uncle. My nieces are so sweet and funny and inquisitive and creative, and someone else is responsible for feeding and clothing and housing and raising them lol. It's definitely the best of both worlds. Have you heard of Jordan Cheyenne? Go look up the video of her making her son cry for the camera. No matter how wholesome they may seem, I imagine all family YouTubers to be exactly the same behind the scenes. There's this video of Kristen Bell being relentlessly followed by tens of paparazzi and them harassing her to the point that she breaks down and cries. It's so disgusting and they're all such garbage human beings, I cannot fathom how any of it is even remotely legal. I'd probably hire a paparazzi if I had that sort of notoriety and got them to take pictures of everything I did and put them on the market for a couple of pounds each to make me an interesting target for the majority of them. It would also put me in charge of the narrative, to an extent. His was cheaper though. If a celebrity is at a big event, you find real photographers, it is planned, announced and staged. The paparazzi are the ones with cameras taking pictures when a celebrity steps out the house to post a letter or does something totally non-newsworthy and private. Especially since he got mad because he literally couldn't see through the flash photography. They were putting people at risk, and then still had the gall to bitch and complain when called out. Her and her husband Dax Shepard have started a campaign against magazines that buy photos of the children of celebrities from paparazzi, and a lot of other celebrities are joining in. They are refusing to do any interviews with those magazines until they pledge to stop running those photos. I can't think of a single redeemable quality from that job. And I'm talking about the ones who harass and stalk celebrities while they're on the street on at the beach, not the ones who photograph film premieres. Regarding the jet, are you referring to Kenneth Copeland, that preaches in Brownsville, TX? He was the COVID-19 viral video older preacher talking about how he was gonna kill it with heat and some devil karate chopping shit, IDK. He was all over the place in that sermon, lol. Anyway, supposedly, he claims, it's because demons, us, are on commercial airlines, and he cannot be bothered to sit amongst us demons on a metal tube. Whatever you do, please watch the attached link. It's from April 2020. It's a remix of his sermon about COVID-19. He said he was going to unleash a heatwave straight out of hell to kill the virus, also blowing the breath of God helps too. I saw this on Reddit when it happened, and I watched that video at least 10 times. Shit is hilarious as fuck. Edit for clarification. Several comments mention that he resides in Fort Worth, Tarrant County, and practices there. This video went viral last year. He mentions Brownsville, TX by name in the video, and several articles about this at the time mention the location by name, as well. Not sure why he was in Brownsville, but it's not unusual for a preacher to float around like that. I don't know why he was there, maybe he got paid. Edit 2. Someone mentioned this was at the main sanctuary at the church grounds, but the carpet had changed. He is the most evil-looking bastard. People who follow these evangelists and send them money are keeping them rich. I'm old enough to remember when Jim and Tammy Bakker were on television and had many followers. A lot of their followers were dirt poor but sent in money just so the Bakkers could pray for them. Sickening. I don't believe in God, but if there is one, I'm sure he or she doesn't approve of these rich assholes taking advantage of people. Living in mansions and owning private jets isn't something God and Jesus would want. Oh man, I love getting those calls and waste their time by imitating an old man barely understanding and make them repeat 5 to 6 times. Then I fake the interest, fear after almost 20 to 30-ish minutes, depending of what the call is about. Then just laugh at them and hang up. Edit. For those saying I'm wasting my time, I could say the same about them wasting their time telling me on Reddit. I get those calls like 2 to 3 times a year top. At best I waste 1h30 of my life a year, 8,700 hours. I still have 8,698.5 hours a year to do my things. No need to jump to conclusions, I do that all of my time 24/7. Tilde ends of rant. There's a scam going around now in Canada saying, you imported a package with illegal contents and you have an arrest warrant out. I had my second one of these and said, you motherfuckers are the ones holding up my cocaine at the border? I'm going to come down to the airport right now and fucking cap all your asses. Disconnected call. Oh well. I just had one call me the other day, the fake social security scam. I was so fed up with getting them that I pressed the button to be connected and said, yeah, I have a question. How stupid do you think I am that I'd fall for this? And she replied, I think you're about 10% stupid because Americans fall for this shit every day. We then proceeded to have like a 2-minute argument where she tried to justify scamming because it is the US government that gives us the data to scam you. Lol. I think what's even more sad probably are people who think they're influencers but are not. I remember reading here some fella talking about his wife who would not get a job because she was an influencer. She had probably made $40 or $400, one of those.